Donald Trump starts his second term with executive orders. That's the breaking news coming in at the moment from the United States of America. There will only be two genders, male and female, in the US government. Donald Trump has also signed an order. Through this order, the United States of America will exit the Paris Climate Pact. The federal hiring at the moment has been stopped until further orders. An order has been signed which will address the cost of living crisis in the United States of America. So far, the orders that Donald Trump has signed have already reversed close to 78 policies that were followed by the Joe Biden administration.
What is this?
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir?
Ooh, that's a big one. So we paid $500 million to World Health when I was here, and I terminated it. China, with 1.4 billion people, we have 350 to pay. We have, nobody knows what we have because so many people came in illegally, but let's say we have 325. They had 1.4 billion. They were paying 39 million, we were paying 500 million. It seemed a little unfair to me. So that wasn't the reason, but I dropped out. They offered me to come back for 39 million. In theory, it should be less than that, but, you know. And when Biden came back, they came back for 500 million. He knew that you could have come back for 39 million. They wanted us back so badly, so we'll see what happens.
Mr. President,
pretty sad to think of it. China pays 39 million, and we pay 500 million. And China's a bigger country. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president William McKinley to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs.
My colleague Rohit Sharma is now joining me from the United States of America. Rohit, I have two questions for you. My first question, Donald Trump is fulfilling almost all the promises that he had made while he was campaigning. Do you think he'll continue to awe and shock the world?
Strongest military the world.
He absolutely will. And there is no doubt left after the slew of immigration executive orders. We're continuing to seeing all of them coming through. The details are just starting to come through. He just signed them, and they're making these executive orders available for press to review. And essentially, Aishwarya, I mean, we always say the devil is in the details. I think a lot remains to be seen. What are in those executive orders? We just have headlines right now. But what does it actually mean, and how much impact can they create? I think that needs to be sort of, reviewed and understood. But at this point in time, there's no stopping. I mean, it's only 9:38 p.m. And the reason we're not getting any more executive orders is because he's making his way to inaugural balls, which means, we will not see something until probably tomorrow morning now. But the fact is, he's just gone on the spree where he wants to change some of the very important, fabric on which the U.S. government operates, like hiring people. He doesn't want to hire anybody. Ending genders, asking people to come back to workforce to report 5 days a week, or withdrawing from WHO Health Organization. I just saw another executive order where he just ended, refugee status, so nobody coming into the U.S. can now become a refugee, which is a huge, huge deal. Remember, he talked about declaring emergency at the southern border. And this is another way to deter people that even if you want to come to the US, you won't be able to apply for a refugee status, which means 95% of people coming from southern border who apply for asylum or who are seeking asylum and then become a refugee won't be able to do that because he just suspended this program indefinitely. So there's so much going on right now. I mean, it is what he promised. It is chaos, it is shock, and it's awe, and it's all for the world to witness and see.
Rohit, my second question to you, do you think Donald Trump's policies will actually help Americans who at the moment are grappling with various issues?
I don't think we Americans have a sense of what's going on right now. I mean, he's targeting some key policy areas. So I think a lot of people will celebrate the fact that he's trying to shut down the border. He's ending these refugee programs. He signed an executive order to bring down the prices. So these definitely will be celebrated. But there will be a huge, population of people who are not happy or will not be happy tomorrow when they have to go 5 days of work, or report to work 5 days a week. Because, I mean, if that's the policy of the US government, the private companies will follow through. So that would be a huge, huge change for a lot of Americans who are now used to working in a hybrid style in America. So I think we'll have to wait and watch, Ishwarya. Some of these will make his base happy. Some of these will make some of the donors happy. Some of these will make his MAGA, advisors very happy. But in all, we'll have to wait and watch how Americans react to these, and especially the ones that he signed, like withdrawing the United States from World Health Organization or withdrawing the U.S. from Paris Climate Accord. I mean, these are big decisions that have ramifications for the world as a whole. So we'll have to wait and watch how that also unfolds.